my god, yes! One of my students, he's now my hero. Extra serum. The not dead one, my hero. So anyway, because I played since the start of Global, and I've even heard Rexcellent address this stuff too, right? In CN, okay, there's two parts to this. In the CN version, no one skips, right? Because they get all the characters for free, basically, because of their schedule, right? So there's no talk of skipping. So there is that component to it. Global did get scammed, you know, with the speed up schedule. But also, the thing is, everyone just shit talks and skips everyone. Like that's the Global mentality. As soon as someone's like, oh, don't pull for this character, skip them. Or this character's in meta, skip them. Like, that's it. Everyone just takes the rumor and they just run wild with it. And everyone's just like gonna skip everyone. I remember everyone was talking shit. They were like, skip alpha on Global launch. Skip alpha, skip alpha. It was so dumb. So many people were talking about skipping alpha. Anyway, they regretted it. And then the game always catches up with you. So everyone's like, skip this character, skip that character. And then watch in like another 2 years when everyone's got Bolter and new alpha, they're gonna get hard power crept. So it's like, just skip everyone. Just don't play anyone. Understandably, if you're free to play and you have to skip anyway, because again, Global, you're gonna have to prioritize, right? You're gonna have to skip anyway. So if that's the case, and I've said this in my videos, I can see why you would skip. To be honest, I would have skipped Nanami. I would have skipped. She's one I would have skipped. I can see why. If you have Kamui, which, where is he? If you already have him, or you know you're gonna get him from a free selector soon, it's like, okay, sure, because there's no one useful in that free selector, I can see why you would skip him. But it really just depends, you know? It depends how much you're gonna spend, and how long you're gonna play, and all that kind of rubbish. Because he's doing the exact same role as Karen, albeit not as good. But the investment for Karen is higher, so if you're strapped for resources and you're free to play, of course you're gonna go with the cheaper option. Doesn't mean that you should skip Karen, just means it depends on your situation. Yeah, that's Global mentality. Skip everyone and then complain. But they get like so mob mentality about skipping, it's so dumb. It's like, just do whatever is fun for you. And then they go like, oh, skip triple S this, triple S plus that, whatever, and then their account's garbage because triple S doesn't actually mean much. If you put the spending perspective in there, so to normal triple S a character, at least in my currency, it's going to be about $500, $550, right? So then if you take that over to triple S plus, which is only one grade higher, and now you've just gone from this to this, the only difference is the spending proportion. It's huge. You're spending 3,500 instead of just 500. That's insane. So of course the damage curve is gonna go like this. It's not gonna just slowly creep up. It's just gonna like oof, straight through the roof. Completely different characters at SS plus. You're going for SS3. So here, I've heard from people who have tested in CN, from I would consider reliable sources, that SS3 is still cope. So either they say SS or triple S is more. So SS, I guess, would be, it depends on the content. Like in Babel, you want everyone you can get. So it's like, you're gonna play Karen on the field. But if it's outside of Babel, then it depends. Like if it's a time limited mode where you just need to shred with Lunar and buff Lunar, then yeah, it depends. But yeah, I've heard that SS3 is still copium. You get the extra spin, but that's about it. But you can try it out for yourself. I'll be trying it out on beta. I'll be testing, because I kind of want some actual solid proof of, like, you know, what's worth doing, what's not, that sort of thing. But I actually want to play and enjoy the character, so I never really enjoyed Kamui. His playstyle is boring to me. I always joked, kind of like Lee, how we always joked that this A-Lee is actually S-Lee. They got them the wrong way around. I always joke the same thing for Kamui. I'm like, this is S Kamui. This should have been S Kamui. So for me, who never liked Kamui, I've been pretty keen to get someone who I enjoy playing as to bench him. And it's gonna power creep him too, so that's like a no-brainer. Why wouldn't I do that? If you guys see it as well, my Kamui isn't even SS, because again, you gotta prioritize your resources. Ain't no way I had resources for that. Already behind schedule for Crow, but at least he was worth. I'll never forget my backup plan. My backup plan, because I was gonna have to spend and buy a 10 pool for Alpha. And if I didn't do that, my backup plan, because I hate spending on gachas, I was like, I don't even know how long I'm gonna play this game. My backup plan was Dawn, because I just thought from B to A rank Dawn would be an upgrade. Oh boy, I was wrong. I would have actually quit, genuinely. It's not worth... See, the best part about whaling is not worth it, because you notice every single whale whinges that Babel is easy. They all complain, oh, the game's too easy. Yeah, well, you paid for it to be too easy. We'll do comparisons as well between Kamui and Karenina. So for A2, I literally don't have a not triple S plus A2, right? So I can't show you the difference, but just know this. If you want to test for yourself, come down to bosses, co-op bosses, make sure it's co-op bosses. And this SSS A2 can do, this SSS A2 can do. This one, you need SSS plus, and it was this one you need SSS plus. You can probably copium it with triple S, to be honest. You could probably cope, but it's gonna be such a meld, whereas SSS plus was just ease. Same with this, like there was just no comparison. So if you want to try these two stages and see the difficulty between them, you'll understand the difference between SSS plus and SSS. We were just chilling on beta. We were just comparing SSS plus versus normal SS. All the fun units and OP units are lightning. Avira is very fun. Some of the most fun characters, actually a lot of the most fun characters are A-ranks, sadly. So Alpha can compete with Bianca, genuinely, but Bianca's still gonna score a bit better than Alpha. Like, and the meld to get that score for Alpha is so much higher because of the crit meld. I saw when he tested it, like I was there when he tested it because I was interested. And that's kind of how it worked out. I guess kind of like how Lotus and Alpha can get the same score. Like, Lotus can legit keep up with Alpha, and she can get the same score. It's just more meld to do it. So it's like the same thing again. Now it's Alpha versus Bianca, though. How Lotus versus Physical Lee? Well, Lee couldn't keep up with Alpha in the particular competition that I was... So I was doing Hell Mode Ultimate Pain Cage against Ronald. It was the Elite Ronald competition. Lotus was missing 20% of her power too, because you can't knock Ronald into the air. So, just imagine that. She's beating Alpha, missing 20% of her damage. We'd have to do more testing for Lee, but to be honest, my Lee, I couldn't get him to compete with Alpha. The way he does his damage is different. Lee's more of an AoE character. Whereas Alpha and Lotus are just one boss destruction. Single character. Kind of like Bianca. If you play Bianca is actually really damn good. Only against a single target. If you got multiple targets, she gets overwhelmed so easily. Exactly. Lee could easily do better than Alpha in Warzone. And then the other thing too is like how much are you gonna sweat and meld about it. Like if you put Ultimate Pain Cage and you did the same test, I don't know who would win. I think because Lucia gets hard capped with her damage. So it's almost like they say minus 70% damage if B rank on endgame stage. I swear that's how it works. That's like code in there somewhere. But if that's the case, then probably Alpha's gonna win in Ultimate. But that wasn't the test. Nobody, unless you're a whale, nobody's really doing Ultimate. You do Advanced. So the point was that Lotus could beat Alpha, and Alpha was like had an advantage at the time. Well, here's here's my account. You've seen my account, right? And I get top 10 to 15%. But you guys know I don't meld. So I could get into the top 10%. I don't know about top 5% in Ultimate. I don't know if I could. It might be, depends on who the bosses are. And it might be, like, each week could be different. Yeah, maybe if I didn't do my residences. But here's the thing, I was never gonna do those resonances. Like, they were never going to another character anyway. I would have just saved them for Bolter if I had them. I know you're supposed to do, like, you know, one on Chrome and this and that, like, full meta. But I was never... I usually play, like, within 80% of meta, I would say, roughly.